though.
Sorry.
You will be.
Okay, I think I've got the stream title. I ran the ads, so there shouldn't be pre-rolls for anyone for the next 20 minutes. I got our mics turned on, I hope. And all the players on their correct sides, the right map, the right server, the right game mode, first person, 15 minutes. I hope that's correct.
That is correct.
Yeah, okay.
I know what I'm talking about. I was watching the players. I was trying to help you. I know what I'm talking about. All I need is a map strat and a dream, you know?
Oh yeah, map strat link, right? Sorry. Okay, I got you the map strat link.
Hey, there we go.
I ate some food. I got myself a water bottle that hopefully will work for the entire match. Yeah.
Are we live or not yet?
Yeah, we are. We should be live now. Yes. So.
Fantastic.
And our mics should be on. I'll flip up the map strat.
Boy, I'm excited.
Wow, look at me go. I got a map strat up. Okay, for everyone joining us, this is a Division C match of the Inner Sphere Coalition Season 5. We have GUDRON Synergy versus the Long Fangs of Garmr. Oh, I don't know if that's correct or not.
Maybe we'll call them the Long Fangs.
Yeah, let's just call them the Long Fangs. Sure. The Fangy boys are yeah, okay. That doesn't work. Let's go. Okay, so we got Div C. Both teams are coming in here with only a single drop win in their first week match, so they lost their drops 4-1 for both of these teams. So they're looking for their first match win of the Inner Sphere Coalition Season 5, and this is week 2. Now, drop 1, River City, it's 3-cap Conquest, but the caps kind of don't really matter on the first drop. It's only 250 tons, so we're expecting lighter mechs brawling, mediums and lights, maybe a heavy or two. Probably just a straight brawl at Theta. I'm thinking.
Very well could be Therax. Theta is certainly an interesting area for some action, but there's also some interesting ground here and then in here. Those are essentially where we're going to see the brawls. Both teams already locked in. You got to be kidding me. We're getting to the River City right now.
Yeah, the teams are a little bit more put together today than the stream is, so I'm trying to get things just cooking right here, or right now.
Oh, Therax, you rascal. Now, you've seen 2 matches so far from the casting point of view.
Yes, I have.
Has it always been the action around Theta? What do you expect to see?
I'm expecting action around Theta. There are some other options, but looking at these drop decks, definitely action around Theta. So I'm going to be going through Team 1 here, which is GUDRON Synergy real quick. It's 3 Phoenix Hawks, 2 Vulcans, 1 Wolfhound. So that's going to be a bunch of small pulse lasers. Oh, okay. Meat pulse. Okay. Wow, yeah, they're bringing meat pulse even on their Phoenix Hawks, which is a little bit interesting.
Okay. On the Fangy boys, the Long Fangs, we got 3 Javelin 11Fs. I talked about that being a really strong mech, I think, here for this drop 1. They brought an assault mech. They brought a Charger number 7, which is running 6 medium pulse. Then a couple of fire starters. One is a small pulse fire starter, and then I don't know what this K guy. He's also a small pulse fire starter.
I don't know what happened, but I broke my camera.
Oh, fantastic. What does that mean?
Okay, I fixed it.
Fantastic, great work.
I know how to break and fix a camera. Well,
right now, the long fangs are holding that high ground that I talked about in Echo 7. Well, maybe not holding it, but they're traversing it.
Do they have anything other than need pulse, or is that is it?
There's small pulse and medium pulse is what I'm seeing. I guess I didn't check out the javelins. I'm assuming that it's a kind of one way to go. 2 small pulse, 6 heavy machine gun. Yep, GUDRON Synergy, happy to play the Citadel, and Longfangs want to take a stroll of the city. There's a lot to see here this time of year at beautiful River City.
The Charger's a hero mech running 6 medium pulse. That is not what I was expecting out of a Charger.
Correct. There must be some reason for it.
I don't know the quirks on the hero mech, so I will defer to the teams on that.
Longfangs closing that ground, though.
We have a Phoenix Hawk here struggling to jump up, took a little bit of leg damage. Pulling back the wounded mech. Audas is getting a little bit isolated. He might be the first target here.
Yeah, these javelins are really jumping on him. Something that people might not know, though, is when you're in the water here on River City, that water actually reduces your damage. So it's actually kind of hard to leg mechs while they're in the water.
The Charger's struggling to get into the fight. This is currently a 5v6.
And that's fair, though. When he does get to the fight, he'll be at 90%, though. The problem is we're not seeing anybody fall yet. These guys have been up on him. There we go.
First kill goes down. Longfangs pick up the first kill. They have a 60% javelin, but it still has both its legs. Second mech goes down, so Longfangs is in the lead here in kills, and they're looking pretty good on percentages as well.
I think they're about to lose a javelin here, but otherwise, yeah, they're looking really good.
Yeah, javelin's legged, 50%, should be going down soon. But there's only one mech shooting at it, so it might have its legs shielded. Finally get the first kill here for GUDRON Synergy, but this one is going heavily in favor of the Fangy boys.
The Fangy boys, the long fangs. Yeah, I think what you see here is, you know, kind of similar decks, but the different way that you play it. When you push with these kind of decks, you get that initiative, right? So you kind of flat foot people. It's easier to catch somebody off guard. It's from the enemy team standpoint, you start to fall back and try to accept that trade, and really that's not the idea of what you want to do with that kind of loadout with those mechs. You want to be the people pushing in.
Yeah, so the Charger wasn't in the fight initially, but they managed to get the early pick there. And the other thing is that there's a DPS difference between medium pulse and small pulse machine gun. Machine guns have much more DPS, sustained DPS, than the medium pulse would, so this might also be a little bit build as well.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, and that's why I think the javelins, you bring 3 with them on this drop 1 with that DPS against other lights. It's easy to machine gun legs and such. Really strong mech for this drop.
So running through the damage real quick, Dr. Caracas has 3 kills, 300 damage. Rest of the team, only one player cracked 200, so there's definitely a kill lead or damage lead there from the one player. On the other side, everyone's over 100 damage, so that nobody got picked super early, but nobody's got over 200, so you're seeing the damage totals there. Now, it is a shooting legs meta for this type of a drop, so the damage totals generally are a little bit lower, but this was pretty
I don't think that's
decisive.
Why, Therax. I think what we saw here was some Div C sharp shooting. Boy, I hope to see more of it later on. That's pinpoint accuracy that we're seeing from those machine guns.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Charger's got low damage total, but he wasn't in the fight initially, so...
he didn't need to be.
That's true. He didn't need to. If he was needed, he would have been able to clean up. Let's just put it that way.
And it's hard to focus their big mech when he's not even in the fight yet. Anyway, that was a great drop. I love that kind of action. Straight to the point.
Yeah, just run at them. It's easy.
Yeah.
All right, so drop 2, we're going to Frozen City. No, sorry, we're going Vitric for drop 2.
That is correct.
Yeah, Vitric Station, drop 2 and drop 3, and the tonnage moves up to 360 tons.
60. That sounds correct per the rule book that we absolutely know.
Yeah, I might have skimmed it once or twice a few weeks ago. Should we pop up a map strat here while the teams are getting ready?
Boy, we sure could. remember to switch sides. We don't switch sides yet, though. Switch the next one. No, now. If you wanna. Whew! Gosh, we're so good at this. I see you've drawn some. Oh, are those the circles from before? Let's get rid of those rascals.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at the map here, though. Just a little bit of lobby confusion on everybody's part here. But we got Vitric Station going on. Do you have the map strat up?
I do believe I do. Yes.
Okay. Well, hopefully you do. Yeah, so Vitric Station, pretty interesting. We got this high ground all along here, these nice fun bridges. We see some low ground underneath there. Point to mention, again, this is 3 caps. That theta cap, kind of the one that you need to get if you want to force somebody to push into you, that's actually located underneath this high ground, which is kind of also a very strong position. So you really get some interesting fights going on here. You got a couple of places where you can kind of sit back and play some range, you know. You got some good shells right here. You got some fun stuff on the outside that you can also take advantage of and get some angles. I don't actually know if that Delta 4 bottom one is one, but anyway, you get the point. You can also kind of use these buildings on the sides to get some creative angles to force teams into bad positions. You put that green box in the middle of theta there. That's where I'm guessing from kind of what we've seen and a little bit about what I know about these pilots. I think we're going to see some action high at theta, and whoever pusses out and drops down, probably going to lose.
Yeah, if you do drop down, there are a pair of ramps to get back up, but typically that turns into a bit of a choke point situation. So I think you definitely want to be playing high ground on this map. It does make theta a little bit awkward. You can force a drop down with, but while you can drop down with your entire team, it's difficult to jump your entire team up. So definitely want to start high, and then if you're forced to, drop low, or if there's a strategic tactical reason to, you can drop at any time.
Hopefully you don't, though.
Yeah.
What I haven't seen yet, and we're looking at some lower div matches, Therex, is really utilizing those outside angles, right? So even when we see teams playing range, whether it's ER larges or AC2s, they're primarily playing it on that middle bridge, and they're forgetting about those outside areas as well, where you can also get some really good free shots and just harass the enemy main.
Yeah, the previous match I cast, KDCM actually did stick a Marauder 2, I believe it was around the Kappa location on an outside wall. And like Marauder 2 is 100 of your 360 tons, but that thing has immense amounts of firepower and just farmed it up.
It's chonky too. So it's really it can just power position there and just take a lot of damage compared to what it can push out.
Teams are ready to...
Both teams locked in here, Therax. You want to go ahead and slam that like button and subscribe?
All right, we're launching in here.
Nice and sunny Vitric Station. It's kind of like a Santana Rob Thomas, song. It's a hot one. Therex.
I broke my camera again.
Oh. Well, that's cool. Well, I guess... Are you fixing it?
I'm trying to fix it.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I'll just kind of talk about the mechs here. It looks like GUDRON Synergy. They're coming out with 3 ham and cheeses. The Hatomoto Chi. That's the 27W. Let's see if I can just take a little peek at what we're running there. I see an AC2, 2 AC5s, and a 2 light PPCs on one. They've also got a Javelin and a fire starter for a light, and an interesting Bushwhacker. Haven't seen too many of those around. That Bushwhacker's 3 AC5s and a light PPC. Kind of like that build. And then over on the Long Fangs of Garmr side, they're rocking 3 Crusaders, one of which they've chosen to take the hero, the Krail. They got 3 Phoenix Hawk 7S's as well, and they're making a big move here for center.
Ooh, just looking at in first person here, people poking into firing lines, looking not so great, but they're backing out.
Target spotted.
Yeah, Long Fangs took that top theta area right away, and it's going to be interesting because GUDRON Synergy did take a pretty good range to kind of deal with this, as well as they'll have DPS, so...
Yeah, triple Homoto Chi, that is a lot of ISC5 light PPC, but they're closing the gap on that, and I think that's a mistake.
So so now the Long Fangs are actually dropping down off of here, like they baited them up there?
Yeah, I don't know. It would have been I mean, those Homoto Chis moving toward the middle, I would have just pushed them if I had known that.
Yeah, I don't love that either. What I also see a lot between these teams that really commit everything to this middle and choke up on that ground is that they're not able to actually scout when the other team is pushing, and so you kind of lose any advantage.
Yeah.
You just let them do that for free, and then now they just gave up the top.
They're taking percentages here. Now they're gonna have to go back up the ramp.
Yeah, and they're pulling back to receive this.
Yeah, Homoto Chis had moved up, which was probably a mistake. Now they're moving back, so this is going to be a harder push now that they're making it. Looks like yeah, Crusader got legged.
You know what you can't question is their courage, though. Long Fangs, they're not scared. They're willing to die for the cause.
They're getting in there. Bushwhacker goes down. Kills are even. Kills are slightly in favor of well, Long Fangs, they got in there.
Oh man, there's armor melted all over. Oh jeez.
I'm looking at a Homoto Chi here, 67%, but he's not getting focused, and instead, Long Fangs are focusing down healthier mechs, which is focus fire just isn't there. Ultimately, this is going pretty heavily in the favor of GUDRON Synergy.
This kind of reminds me of a Sparta moment. You know, nobody will question the Long Fangs' courage on that push, but Garmr still fell today.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty decisive win here, just waiting for the last Phoenix Hawk to get chased down.
Or steal a kill. Seeing some weird glitch
in there. He could definitely pick up a kill or two.
He's legged, you know, but that leg was just kind of holding him back.
Less weight, he moves faster now.
Yeah, do you see him tiptoeing? It's like, you know, the pistol shooting the... Oh.
There we have it.
Anyway, it looks like GUDRON... Are they not the Razelhog Dominion Free Army?
They're xDFA or something. GUDRON Synergy might be a merged team. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
But they're running in the competitive league here under GUDRON Synergy.
Beautiful, thank you.
Airstrike
and Long Fangs of Garmr.
Just running through the mechs here. One of the Homoto Chis, 77%, but he's legged. Javelin is open orange leg as well. Firestarter is still pretty healthy, and one of the Homoto Chis looking fairly healthy as well here, even though he's at 62%. So still a lot of health remaining on GUDRON Synergy's remaining mechs.
Don't drop down. I think is the moral of the story here.
Yeah, a little bit of interesting, questionable movement there from Long Fangs. I guess they maybe didn't have the scouting intel.
I think it would have been fine if their intent was to bait them into that, and then they had mechs with range that could respond or do something from that position, but they couldn't even answer back from down there, so they had to push that ramp.
Yeah, 2 mechs with under 100 damage. Those got legged in the initial push there. The Homoto Chis definitely carried 300-400 damage, picking up 3 kills. Javelin doing the cleanup with a pair of kills. Firestarter has a kill as well. But the Homoto Chis taking the legs off on that initial push is what decided the match.
I'm just now seeing the camera action that you were talking about. It was kind of beautiful in seeing it.
Yeah, I don't know why I keep breaking it.
Do you have a controller plugged in?
No, I don't. So I don't know why it broke on River City, and on this one here, I didn't push any of the movement keys, so I don't know why it broke there either. Alright, now we need to switch sides. Okay, so we're redoing Vitric Station. Just the teams are switching sides. Same tonnage, 360 tons. So now there is a chassis limit for of 3 mechs per match. So because that the 3 Himoto Chis were used up on that drop, they're no longer available for any of the future drops. So they do have to change up their drop deck, even if they don't change their strategy.
That is so true. And we're at 1-1 now, aren't we?
I do believe we are, yes.
That was a trade for a trade. Gosh, I like a nice close match there, X. You know, that last one we kind of saw a little bit about what I was talking about. You know, both teams trying to get that high ground in Theta, both taking different approaches to it. GUDRON synergy, I guess you could argue, was given that. But then they had the right answer for somebody trying to go back up there and trying to push their position at that point. Their DPS was too hard to push into, especially even though those bless their hearts, God, those Crusaders were brave. Just didn't have an answer for that. I'm wondering if we see something similar again. You can really kind of play this because this is more. It's not completely symmetrical, but the simple idea that high ground and along on both sides and in Theta. I wonder if we'll just see a similar kind of thing from GUDRON synergy. Maybe we'll see something completely different from Long Fangs.
Yeah, just running the same strat back definitely seems like a possibility. It's just the mech choices, the limitations. Like the Moto Chi, there really isn't another mech that is quite the same as that. You have to either go up or down tonnage to maintain a DPS type mid-range mech there. Maybe a Warhammer with AC10's light PPC or something like that could take its place. Whereas missing like the Chargers and Phoenix Hawks got used up, so it'd be difficult to run back a drop deck without those. I don't know what your replacement mechs would be. Maybe Vulcans, maybe Assassins. A little bit hard to replicate the strat when you don't have access to the same mechs.
That's true. That's very true. And Long Fangs, just to mention too, they've already used up those 3 Javelin Fs. They've used up the 3 Crusaders. So
yeah, I mean they've got Victors. I believe they've still got Chargers. They could substitute Spiders in for the Javelins. They used up some Firestars, but they might have one left. Maybe because they used up their Brawl drop deck, they now have to play a mid-range deck on this map. I'm not sure what's going to happen here.
Okay, let's take a look.
We're just waiting for the second team to lock up here. Looks like they're going to be ready in a second.
I'm excited. These guys really got their shit together.
I need to switch team logos.
It looks like Team 2 is locked as well. So whenever you're ready, Therax, you can hit that launch button.
I got the logos on the correct side, I hope.
Yeah, let's go. Fix that camera. You know, you're so close to it in Vitric Station, you might as well be walking on the sun, am I right?
There we go, team's coming in. Sorry, I'm really scared about pushing buttons now, messing up my camera. Like, for all I know, it's my push-to-talk that's messing it up.
Very well could be. What side do you want to do?
I'm looking at the red team come in here, which is GUDRON Synergy. They are bringing Maulers and pair of Bushwhackers. They did have the one Bushwhacker last drop, but it got picked off right away. The Maulers are AC5. They are replacing the Moto Chis from the previous drop. Bushwhackers are AC5 as well. So they definitely are running a mid-range DPS type receive deck.
Okay. Over on the Long Fangs of Garmr side, we got, they're after my heart, and I love deck synergy as well. We've got 3 Hatamoto Chis. This is the 27 Tango. It looks like they're running 4 SRM6s with Artemis and 2 light PPCs on that. And then they've got 3, a wolf pack of Vulcan 5Ss, which they're running snubs on. Just snubs.
Okay. Well, those Himoto Chis are not something I've seen before. It's a bit of an interesting build. kind of feels undergunned, and they also look like they're moving a little bit slow, so I don't know why those were picked. We'll see if it works out.
They're once again committing to that high ground there at the middle of Theta, and GUDRON Synergy is also now again happy to sit back and play from kind of their side, their high ground.
Yeah, so definitely GUDRON Synergy is not making the mistake of moving up, and we'll see how Long Fangs are going to adapt to that. So far, they have not dropped.
Yeah, I honestly really like the Mauler pick with the 6 AC5s for this map because it's kind of the right amount of range and it really can poop out some damage. I think really what's going to make this deck for Long Fangs is what their Vulcans can do. But right now they're kind of sitting with the main, and I don't know. I think that they need to go off and try to get hits on the side to make opportunities for that main to get close.
Yeah, so the Mauler, it's a little bit more fragile than the Moto Chi was, but it has a heavier tonnage, so they only managed to get 2 into the drop deck instead of 3, but it has significant DPS. There's a little bit of light trading going on right now with Snubnose PPCs or light PPCs and AC5s.
GUDRON's moving up a little bit.
I do not agree with that decision. Maybe they felt they were not winning their trades. And interesting note here, the Spider is a 5K, has machine guns and an ER large, so it's got the ability to harass from the side. So everything here that I'm seeing is telling me that GUDRON Synergy should not be moving up, but they are indeed moving up.
Yeah, because they even had the scouting from the Spider. I mean, that helps, like, so you're not completely blind while you're moving up, but I don't know if that's...
They had the range advantage.
You have such a range advantage with your Maulers. I don't understand why you're getting close with them. But you know what? They might know something that I don't.
Here we come.
Looks like they're getting aggressive.
Push.
They're choosing to push into the range of Long Fangs, and that's a bold move. Let's see how that plays out for them.
Now they're not shooting legs on this. They are shooting torsos on the Moto Chi, which has dropped. Bushwhacker at 56% also has both its legs. It is open side torso.
Yeah, Long Fangs.
GUDRON is taking the top here.
They've decided to concede that to them. This is going to be tough going, I think, from here. They might be able to get the Spider, though. Daddy Cool kind of isolated. One of those Bushwhackers go down. I didn't see exactly where that happened.
Maybe that was a kill up top here. Or did they fall? Nope, they died up top. So maybe a strike picked him off. Percentages are, I mean, there's low mechs on both sides. I definitely prefer the position of GUDRON Synergy here over the Long Fangs because a high ground position, you're always threatening the drop down, plus you've got a little bit better ability to land the fire from the high to the low. And right now,
that being
the
said,
Moto
though,
Chi's...
Therex, they were able to pick off to a GUDRON Synergy. They actually have the mech advantage right now, even though the percentages are looking rough. There goes one of them.
I mean, the Moto Chi's in the basement, they've only got the light PPC in the arm. Like, they're not able to return fire to the upper ground.
This is actually looking okay, though, for Long Fangs, considering how I think that they gave up positioning.
Well, they're now down a mech, but their percentages are a little bit better, so...
I'll say this, too. They also... All of their mobile mechs are still alive. They're going to get that Bushwhacker. I don't know.
Yeah, Bushwhacker walking down the ramp a little bit alone.
1v3 Vulcans. Let's Judas. Am I right?
At 50%. I mean, Maulers are not the tankiest mechs out there. Open
They're
CT,
getting different angles on them, too.
Half.
That Spider's coming in. It looks like he legged the Vulcan. Leonidas. The other guys better come save him.
Yeah, so Vulcan without a leg is not going to have a very easy time here. Another Vulcan goes down CT. This is a 3 AC5 Mauler now. It does still have a fair bit of armor, though, even though it's a 44%.
What's Demon Hunter doing here?
So this is going to have to come down to Demon Hunter being able to basically 1v3 at this point. I mean, the Mauler is heavily wounded.
His legs are good, in relatively good shape considering they had a cap advantage, and I think, you know, he can get creative as far as his, yeah, he can get creative with his peaks, but he's going to have to really concentrate up, you know, be disciplined, and hit his shots.
Yeah, stun those PPCs versus those Maulers. If you hit those shots, you can maybe take out a CT quick.
They try to get the Spider up behind him. He hasn't seen it yet. He does now.
So Spider's got heavy machine guns for that closer range combat.
Yeah, and he's not really hurt where he needs to
You know,
be.
this is a pretty close duel here between the two mechs. Their percentages are both relatively similar. Legs are both in okay shape, but not great. And weaponry, I don't know who I'd favor here either.
Daddy Cool's running pretty cool, though. Is he out of ammo?
Maybe he is. Leg is
Those
open on the spider now.
And he's running away.
But the
so
maulers are here, so the Vulcan's got to run away.
Man, yeah, if I was him, I'd almost just try to, because now you're gonna win fights against the spider. You can kite the maulers a bit.
Yeah.
He can at least.
He's gonna have to pick up the kills here, though. He can't win on caps. He has an open side torso, and that ISC5 to that side torso could be lethal.
If he can, he doesn't have to fight the maulers. He could just get that spider, and then.
Well, the maulers can just sit on theta, and the spider can get the far cap. I mean, if he picks off the spider, the maulers you wouldn't want to split. So maybe.
I mean, the best option is to kill them. I'm just.
Yeah. I'm thinking it'd probably be.
I'm just wondering about the coward's method. You know, I wouldn't know what that is because I'd already be dead on the battlefield right now.
Very true. Well known for doormatting, CptJudas over
That's
here.
right.
Specialist for SA. 28% on that mauler, taking a couple PPC shots. He might be stick. Nope, still has guns, but he's cherry red, like one shot and he's gone. So it's all about that spider. If that spider gets picked off by the Vulcan, then the Vulcan could go for the cap win. Because you can't split up those maulers when they're at that kind of a percentage.
That's what I'm saying.
The Vulcan's looking around theta here. He's going to pick up this mauler.
Looks like he's going to try to get the kill, yeah, on the... Oh, no!
Misses the first shot.
Not the one that I thought he was going to go for.
Takes a little bit of percentage damage from the ISC5 fire, which is pretty accurate.
They have resource point Gamma.
He can still do this. He's got a leg open. Oh.
There it is. Takes another hit, though. He's at 48%.
Here's that spider now.
And he's open side torso and CT on the Vulcan.
So that spider's got to get that leg. He shot the other leg. Shot the wrong leg. Daddy cool. Be cool, dude.
If he had machine gun ammo here on the spider, it'd probably be a pretty quick kill, but I don't see any machine gun fire coming out of the spider. He's probably out of ammo.
Yeah.
You don't take a whole lot for that particular mech. There he gets the kill.
Daddy cool clutching it up.
So that was close.
I mean, though. Great effort. 4 kills by him.
Yeah, the spider, both legs are open, side torso is open. If that spider had gone down, the cap win was very much a possibility.
Wow. Great match. That was fun.
All right, running through the damage real quick. Audaeus? I don't even know. He's got 4 kills with that mauler and 680 damage. The other mauler doesn't have the kills, but has also 600 damage. So very well done on the 2 maulers carrying out the big damage. Spider 5K picks up a pair of kills with nearly 400 damage. Very well done.
I think what we're seeing here at Therax is mauler, 2 mauler better than 3 ham and cheese.
Yeah, the Moto Cheese do not have the significant damage. They are a tanky mag, 300's respectable, but it's not... I mean, the Vulcans basically are carrying their 4 kills, 600 damage, 400 damage, even 300 damage on the Vulcan that has the low damage there. So maybe just a little bit of a tweak on the drop deck, putting something else with the Vulcans would have maybe had a bit better of a result.
All right, that puts GUDRON synergy up 3-1 now, correct?
That was drop number 3,
2-1.
so 2-1.
2-1. All right, that's fantastic. Cool. So now they have a chance to clutch up the win on the first drop on Frozen City. And that also being said, Longfang's still in this. They can actually still come out with the W. If they have a great plan here for both sides of Frozen City. I apologize, Therax. I'll be right back.
Okay. Alright, so we're doing Frozen City. The drop tonnage has moved up. It's 420 tons now. Frozen City, it's a map that I like to say has range options for Team 1 that are maybe slightly better than for Team 2, but as things have gone on, I've definitely seen more range from Team 2 than what I was anticipating. I think that maybe this isn't quite as one-sided as I'd initially thought. And I'm going to go ahead and mark out theta here. Theta is the important cap in that it's a very hard cap to take if a ranged team has already secured it. And you either rush it early or you tend to just try to deny the opposing team from being able to get it. It's a very hard cap to sneak. So if a team is playing range, they might try to rush it. Otherwise, they'll probably just tend to ignore it if they're going for a brawl push. Now, Team 2, I think, is slightly advantaged on the brawl push lines. There's a low ground brawl push line that runs past theta and has a lot of cover while moving. There's also a wider push line, but those only work if, well, they tend to work best against a team that's playing range. If the opposing team elects to run a brawl themselves, which is very doable from the Team 1 position, there are options there for pushing. They don't have to play range. So for Team 1, there's also the possibility of rotating into Echo 4 with a ranged trader and contesting for having both sides of the map as it is, because the epsilon cap is a little bit hard to maintain relative to the kappa cap. The kappa cap, it's further back away from the combat zone, but if you take kappa, it's easier to control if you stick some mechs in Echo 4 than it is to try and control the epsilon cap, which is a little bit in the open. So I think Echo 4 is the key cornerstone on this map from what I've seen on this 3-cap format.
I agree with that there, Axe. What I'm interested to see, we haven't seen Long Fangs play range pretty much all night long. They're on the Team 1 side, which kind of has those easy range options. And what we've seen GUDRON Synergy do is kind of play at least mid-range for most of the night. So I don't think that they're worried about their trading ability, and I expect them to kind of come out with that even from Team 2 side, even though there's kind of those good like brawl lanes. But I'm really interested to see how Long Fangs plan to play this out. Maybe this is where we see them try to do some trading.
And even if Team 2 elects to play range, like there are alternate options for where they put their range mechs. They don't have to play dropship area. And Team 1 has options for range as well that don't just necessarily require being stationary on Candy Mountain or Delta 6, Echo 6 city area.
So true.
So we could see a mobile range game. We could see a stationary range game. Mid-range is a possibility, I believe, where you hybridize between the range positions and the push paths. Basically just take the push paths but don't hard dedicate to it, maybe. And push it. The brawl is definitely an option, even at these higher tonnages.
Couldn't agree more. What are the chances that we see a stalker on this map there, X? What do you think the chances
I hope
of that
both teams use all of their stalkers on this map. Stalker's an excellent mech and excellent on this map. Yeah, you could play it as a mid-range push, but it excels at a long-range trade mech with the ER larges. So at least one of the drops they should be using their stalkers.
Couldn't agree more. The real question is who the brave lad is that's just like, I'm tired of having a head, and they go out there in the Battle Master.
I have seen Battle Masters. I'm not a fan of the Battle Master. I would use my stalker before the Battle Master, but once you're out of stalkers, then it's a bit of an option.
Everybody knows that the Battle Master's for real heroes. All right.
I think I've seen like 3 Battle Masters on this map in this drop in the matches I've cast, and in 2 of those games the Battle Master had its head opened up early. They didn't die to headshots, but that is a risk of that chassis.
That's tanking. That's one hit there, Axe, that the CT didn't take. So good on ya, Battle Master.
That's one way to look at it.
Good on ya. Looks like both teams are locked in. Let's get cold there, X. Let's hit the Frozen City.
All right, here we go.
You didn't set the tonnage rules. That's fine. They got it right. 420 tons from both teams. God, I'm excited to see this match. Don't glitch the camera now.
Yeah, I hope. All right, teams are coming in. I'm looking at the Team 1 side, which is going to be GUDRON Synergy. No, wait, that's the Long Fangs.
Yes, there you go.
Oh, yeah, Long Fangs. Okay, so they have a Wolfhound 1B. Unconventional light pick, but I've seen a fair bit of it, actually, so maybe it isn't. That's Mead Pulse, ER Mead, okay. Corsair. Oh, wow, there's 2 Wolfhounds. Corsair is going to be Goss, ER Large. Stalker 5S, we know that's going to be ER Large. No surprises there. Battlemaster, 5 ER Large on the Battlemaster. 2 Battlemasters, both of them being 5 ER Large. Interesting. So, light fight at Theta or no? The Wolfhound has it uncontested.
GUDRON Synergy, they're bringing 3 Stalker 5Ss. You can guess what's on that. It might be 6 ER large lasers because that's what it is. They also have 2 Crusader 6Ts that appear to be running 3 ER large along with 11 smalls, one of which doesn't seem to have leg armor. One of those mechs.
Oh, wow. He's running it naked leg armor. Interesting. The other one has no head armor and already took a bit of a head hit.
They must be big braining the shit out of us today. And then their fire starter is the 3 light PPC small laser affair.
Okay, so no leg armor. That's a big gamble. I don't play that mech, so I'm not sure what it's missing where. But I would. You're bringing the small lasers to deter light mechs, but then if you don't have any leg armor, like what kind of a light mech is actually going to be deterred by that?
Yeah, they're really banking on that Crusader just not getting shot, or Vladislav has made a terrible mistake.
Yeah. Okay, so the Battlemaster's on drop on the first drop out of this map. It tells me that you're going to use Stalkers on the second drop. That's all I'm seeing there.
I also agree with that. And this is that trade element that we saw. I was wondering if they were going to try and bring that trade, and we're seeing that here. Playing those strong positions that you pointed out before. In fact, they got the early EPSI cap, and now they're even going back to sure that up. I talked about it a little bit last night. EPSI's actually surprisingly hard to hold from the Team 1 side, and that's why that Echo foreground seems so strong.
I definitely agree with that. Now they're moving the Stalkers up here, the GUDRON Synergy. They are taking that Echo 4 with the bulk of their traders. One of their Stalkers is even basically in the background here, long ways from any trade positions. So they're a little bit clumped up in a single trading angle, which might give a bit of an advantage here to the Long Fangs over time.
I also worry too because GUDRON Synergy has done the one light thing, and they have one of their Crusaders, their other more mobile mechs, has no leg armor. So really, they're banking all of their caps and their ability to pull Theta off of that fire starter. It's gonna be tough, but they definitely have plenty of Overwatch and they got a strong position. So maybe they can just punish the Long Fangs enough.
And the Stalker over here on Candy Mountain has an orange open head, so maybe didn't bring a lot of armor on that because there are not Goss or anything on the side of the GUDRON Synergy.
Incorrect. The Corsair actually has Goss.
Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, wrong team there. So that was probably just a low head armor scratched open on that Stalker for the Long Fangs. Now
Long Fangs really have an idea of what they want to do here now because they've really pulled back. They're like, we don't even need to trade with these guys because let's see them try and take Theta.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to play this strat. It's probably the correct way because they are down 1 trader because of the difference in light mechs.
That's true, but now they are making that play for Theta with the fire starter. But I mean, really, if Long Fangs can get this fire starter, just leg them, then like pretty much GG. Like it's all on this one guy.
Yeah, nobody's in a position really to deny Theta though.
Yeah, they really turtled up. It's kind of interesting.
And they're also standing a little bit closer.
I think even Anatoly's sitting there just kind of like, what is this? He's got a strike on him, though. Doesn't seem to notice. Got to cycle those vision modes, bud.
Almost decapped it there before the strike got the deny.
Oh, yeah.
So the one Stalker on Candy Mountain can deny Theta, but We also have a Crusader moving out into the low ground. Hopefully it's the one with leg armor.
Yeah, this is good though. That's not a bad idea as long as it has leg armor, because that's a free move up. They're all looking right now at the fire starter. This Stalker, Duke,
this Stalker's going to be in trouble because he's being left behind by his team.
He better have seismic, yeah. Otherwise, he's about to.
There's more mechs joining the Crusader on that cross. The Stalker is not looking. Team is in a position to defend him.
I think they saw it though. I think they finally saw it because he's kind of moving.
Stalker is pulling back, but if it pulls back into the open. So this is a very challenging situation for that Stalker. This is right
though. Once they get there, like I think that fire starter should be hopping the cap right now. Like they've got distraction.
The Crusader with no leg armor is coming up. His legs are going to be exposed if he pushes any further.
That fire starter's got to flip that. Like this is his opportunity. Get in there, bud.
The Stalker's going to be going down. Stalker is down.
Why isn't he not flipping that?
Somewhat low percentages here from both teams. This could
the only guy that could deny the cap was Candy Mountain. Okay. I mean, to be fair, percentage-wise, they got one of their big traders, and they're technically ahead in percentage. So
yeah, they're flipping Theta right now. So
there we go.
So yeah,
that Battle Master eats a big strike. Fritzor.
Theta is controlled
open
by
CT,
the enemy.
not a good
Corsair's
time for him.
40%. Looks like it's missing stuff. Yeah, it's halved. Open red CT.
His Battle Master was 5E or largest too.
Those Wolfhounds are going to have to do something here. If they get aggressive, maybe they can turn this around.
Yeah, because the Wolfhounds are in great shape.
They could push onto
and again, can't stress it enough. One of those Crusaders has no leg armor. And totally getting that Fritzor pick.
I don't know if that's been spotted yet, but if the Wolfhounds know that, they should be going in.
I don't know if they have though.
Here comes the Wolfhound.
Why would you? Why would you expect that? Oh, see you later, Gillicuddy. Gillicuda.
Well, one of the Wolfhounds has gone in. The other is still holding back. Nisk is getting burned up fast. Goes down. This is definitely not going the way of the Long Fangs. GUDRON is going to pick up the win here.
You know, it's something where when you get that cap lead, you kind of get too passive about it. It's kind of scary. And I see it a lot in ISC, like because there's only the 3 caps. As soon as a team gets 2 caps, sometimes they get too passive. They turtle way too far back, and then they pretty much give up the entire map, or they give up strong positions that really end up hurting them.
Even just leaving 2 mechs here on the Candy Mountain horn would have been beneficial. The one Stalker by himself was very isolated when he got pushed. If it had been 2 mechs there, the results of this might be a little bit different.
But maybe they just weren't that confident in their trading too. I wasn't out there. I wasn't getting tickled in the face by those lightsabers from across the way.
So that the no leg armor gambit worked for this Crusader. His legs are still
GUDRON
attacked.
synergy, big braining their way to securing the win for sure now, a 3-1. And now we're going to see hopefully another close match where Long Fangs is playing for that sweet, sweet MC.
Yeah, so just running through the damage totals here. We've got top damage on the Stalkers for a GUDRON synergy, just under 700. For a pair of their mechs here. Most of the team relatively spread damage. Actually, both teams have pretty good spread damage. The Wolfhounds didn't really get much done. Never found their opening. They weren't able to get that cap control because the range was going, range trades were going so heavily in the favor of GUDRON.
I agree. You know, and even though they brought Battle Masters, I think that their whole idea on their deck was fine. It was just that they got way too passive with the mechs that they had. And again, you know, they probably were losing those trades as well. But they still should have held the position, you know, maybe stop peeking. But at some point, you're still doing something by existing in that forward ground rather than giving up so much by actually pulling back.
I mean, they pulled back so far, they couldn't even deny Theta properly.
Exactly. Well, they left it so only one mech could, and that was the Stalker at Candy Mountain. And we know what happened to him. Great job there, Axe. You got them all.
Oh, I sure hope I did. Yeah, we're just going to mention this one time per cast. Switch side button in the private lobby would be nice.
Yeah, hey, you know what? What an idea, because why would you ever need that in a private lobby where teams are playing each other on non-symmetrical maps?
Okay, I'm going to change the logos here before I forget. Should I pop up the map strat, or is there anything to go over on that?
I mean, I don't know if there's much to talk about regarding that last match, to be honest. I think it's really just seeing how this match plays off. Does Long Fangs, I think, are on the side that really gives them the advantage to their kind of play style and what we see them able to do on River City. So I expect them to be really competitive on this last drop and be able to play the kind of game that they want to. It really seems like they want to get in there and smash. This last trade obviously didn't seem to go too well for them. And I expect GUDRON synergy to continue staying their course. Like I said, you don't see an armorless Crusader every day, and they also didn't lose a mech on that drop, so they got something cooking here.
Yeah, I mean, the Crusader, as long as you're playing with the legs concealed, I guess you don't need that leg armor. But when you have to make that push across the open, I don't know. It worked out, but it's not something I'd be looking to do myself personally.
I would be afraid simply because of a light element. You know, we didn't see it too much from Long Fangs because they were really holding those Wolfhounds back to protect their main a little bit rather than having them go out and harass. But just imagine one of those Wolfhounds being out there harassing and then all of a sudden they spot that Crusader has no leg armor. Well, that's worth the pick. Even if you commit that Wolfhound to it, you're trading 35 for 65 tons. It's probably going to be worth it in the end, even if it's a fast move. Like, I mean, you get a lot of value from that.
All right, teams are, again, 420 tons is the maximum here. One team looks like they're maybe almost ready to lock. The other team is sitting at 415, but I'm thinking they're close to locking as well.
Gosh, I'm excited, Therax. Do you have more matches that you're doing later on today?
I am taking a couple hours break after this, but then I am intending to come back for another match to cast in... Oh, hold on, let me do the quick math. I think it's 5 hours from now is when that match starts. I don't know if you're going to be joining me as co-caster on that one or not.
Oh, I think it's likely, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so 5 hours from now, I'm looking to cast another match, and then if my voice holds up, I might do another match 2 hours start time after that match. So that'd be 5 hours from now, and then feels pretty good right now, so I think I will do a fourth match cast today starting in 7 hours. So if anyone's still awake and is interested in watching more comp, then...
Has there been any other cast of Week 2 matches so far?
There are, I believe, some other casters doing matches right now.
Okay, great.
I haven't checked the Twitch page, but I think there are some other casters.
Oh, it's the Div A match. Oh, that's an exciting one, too.
Yeah, I'm letting everyone else take the higher divisions. I'm trying to cover the mid and lower divisions here. So we got Div C, Div D, and then I've got Div F, I think later.
I think us fans of the game, Therax, just enjoy seeing competitive MechWarrior, just seeing what teams thought of and put together and go out there and do. And I think we see that fun, that entertainment at every division. So I don't care. I like it.
Yeah, you see maybe some different strats in the lower divisions than you do in the higher divisions, but having some variety is good.
You may see some really stripped down ice ferrets in Div A, but I think you're only going to see armorless legs on Crusaders in the lower divs.
I mean, this is Div C. It's not even lower divs.
I can't compliment that guy's balls enough. Or hers, ovaries, or them, they. What a hero, though.
Yeah.
That's some fortitude. That's moxie.
I as a trader, I understand it, but the Crusader you want to use for its mobility, you're putting the backup small lasers on it. I don't know. But if Unfi would let us run no leg armor on our mechs, would we in SA?
If anybody's gonna do it, it's gonna be me.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed over the years is even in quick play, I run more leg armor than a lot of the top-end players do. Some of that armor stripping that they do on their legs just seems absolutely ludicrous to me.
And the anticipation is killing me here. I think that GUDRON Synergy is really just trying to make sure that they got the right mechs here. I think they're close to readying up, though.
They were looking ready, and then a player left the lobby, so I think there's a build change that is occurring currently.
Heaven forbid somebody does the math to try and figure out what kind of mech that might be when they come back in.
Well, I know the tonnage of the mech that left, so if it's the same mech coming back, it's a pretty narrow selection of choices there.
It's
you know, one
a lot of questions.
One thing I have not seen yet in all of the matches I've played or casted, there haven't been any LRM drops yet. And this map is somewhat LRM friendly, so maybe we get a surprise here. I'm waiting for it. Somebody's got to do it.
I mean, somebody's got to give it a go. But I don't think you'll see that Therax until next week when Alpine Peaks gets into the mix. Personally, I think on Frozen City, there's too many buildings where you can really just use it only to lock them down to an area, and not so much just make them feel silly and really bad about themselves as you rain missiles down on them.
All right, both teams are ready, both at 420, so we're dropping.
Let's see how this one ends. Brr, I'm catching a chill. Or maybe it's excitement.
Okay, teams are loading in for the final drop of this Week 2 match between Long Fangs of Garmr and GUDRON Synergy. I'm looking at the blue team again, so that would be the that is the GUDRON Synergy.
Command coming in. Capture and hold the resource point.
Got a fire starter, small laser, light BPC. Centurion C9D, that is going to be the LBX5. He's got a pair of ER Meads with that. Interesting. Banshees, AC2 light PPC Banshees, and one Annihilator with 5 ER large. There's also a Hellspawn, that's going to be SRM6s. So this is an aggressive wolf pack. No, it's medium pulse. It's the hero mech, the Paralyzer. Okay.
Okay.
Bit of a wolf pack going on with the Centurion and the Hellspawn. And then a lot of range backing that up.
So, Long Fangs of Garmr, they've brought 2 Stalkers and a Battle Master, all of which are full of blue lightsabers. They've also brought back that same Corsair they were running on the other side. That's the ER Large and Goss. And they've got a Wolfhound and a Fire Starter.
Now, the Stalker's only got 5 ER large, so these are probably big T-comps, but their Battlemaster's also only 5, so...
I noticed the other on the other side, too, they were running 5 ER large.
They are crossing. Team 2 is crossing over to the other side here. They might have spotted push coming in with their light mechs doing some scouting.
You know, I think this is fine. They got DPS here, but the only thing is that they can't get caught where they can't whittle these guys down if they need to make a move on them. But has the long, I think the Long Fangs know this movement. They've seen this because they're completely now committing to the other side, and they're they kind of seem aware and looking towards.
They had the Wolfhound and Firestarter. It was doing the Kappa, but one of them was also looking for a scout. So that's probably what spotted this movement and has counter rotated.
Man, I find the Paralyzer such an interesting pick. Gosh.
Yeah, I'm wondering if these were maybe some audibles that were made with that Hellspawn and the Paralyzer, and then the Centurion with the LBX5s.
Yeah, maybe they changed something up so that they could bring those Banshees or something.
Maybe they were initially running another Assault and a light and just one light, and they decided to change it into paramediums.
Yeah, I think Long Fangs though they made the right play here and rotated out, but now they're kind of getting caught out in the open. So
that's quite a big strike hit there as well that just occurred
yeah.
on the stalker. Nothing's going to be open other than the rear, but that is a big percentage drop that occurred there. Number shells hit.
It's worth noting though, while GUDRON Synergy has that Echo 4 side, they still haven't pulled Kappa yet. Although it looks like they're finally sending.
Theta is being picked up here by the Centurion. I guess nobody has eyes on it.
Yeah, okay. I guess gosh, that's a bummer. Yeah, because they got caught up further in that back area on that 7 line.
Percentages are dropping. One of the Banshees down to 67%. Open CT, big CT on that Banshee.
Yeah, that's true. While I think that they have the better position, they definitely seem to be losing the trades against Long Fangs. And that was even with them kind of out in the open, getting caught out. So what we might be seeing here, Therax, despite our naysaying, is that those targeting computers are actually making a difference here for them.
Yeah, this is definitely
more
extreme
damage
range,
at range. You know?
extreme range trading that's occurring here.
So that's good. They're using that range to their advantage. Now they can also kind of position, you know, to try and take Theta. Although, again, I think that Echo 4 ground is just much stronger for that.
Yeah, the Wolfhound and Firestarter need to find a cap here at some point or a pick. And they're doing some scouting, but they're nowhere near. I mean, I wouldn't just want to run out onto Theta, and I don't know how they're going to sneak around to get Kappa, so that's a hard task.
So the Wolfhound's just sitting here kind of on the... What? I wonder what you do. They kind of both got stagnant now. They're not even doing stuff with their lights. Long Fangs are holding that Epsilon area, thinking that maybe they'll come and try and take it. Not sure what their plan is. Maybe they're telling like a strangely erotic story to each other.
Well, that would be. I'm not seeing the correct player names on the teams for that, but maybe you know something I don't.
Paralyzer has a leg open now. Oh, the Centurion's making a move across as well. So GUDRON Synergy is the one that's actually getting aggressive here, even though they have pretty strong cap control with a full cap on Theta.
They have the cap control, but they're not winning their trades. So,
do you think that that Centurion? Gosh, you've got a full cap pretty quick. Yeah, they're going all the way up here too. Interesting. Well, they've got a lot of control, but again, as you mentioned, their percentages aren't great. I guess. Yeah.
So a little bit of a pincer movement here. Centurion going to be putting a flank angle distraction with that LBX5. You can't just ignore that. That is a lot of DPS that eventually will be coming out of that Centurion. Here come the lights. The Firestarter Wolfhound are coming to respond to the Centurion. They've spotted the Firestarter as well.
Yeah, I'd like to think too that they know that Hellspawn has that open leg too, and maybe that's why they decided to commit to this fight.
I don't think they even know the Hellspawn is here until the engagement has started. Now there is a Battlemaster moving in to back it up, so it's going to return to 3v3.
This is actually looking really bad for GUDRON Synergy. This is a fight they didn't need to take, and they've chosen to do so with all of their quicker mechs. It's not a.
They don't have any range fire support covering them, and the fire support moving in here from Long Fangs is able to, the Stalker and Battlemaster rotated relatively quickly. This Centurion's not getting out of this alive.
Yeah.
Open CT. I think it's the weapon arm that is open as well.
To be fair, though, this has drug the Long Fangs out into some of this more open area where that Echo 4 area is a really good trade line. Looks like that Centurion
they pick up the kills. Yeah. Oh, and it's not the weapon arm. Still has a weapon arm. It's gone down CT though. 60% on a Firestarter. There's got to be stuff open on that. Leg inside torso.
These percentages have been down on GUDRON Synergy.
Hellspawn's getting dove
keeping
by
it still competitive though.
Yeah, Hellspawn just got legged by the Wolfhound. It took a while, but they did get the leg there. Wolfhound is an open leg. Firestar's coming in, trying to bail out.
They're gonna make him try to pay for that too, though. They don't want to let him get that Hellspawn even for free.
These percentages are getting absolutely critical for everyone, though.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts how GUDRON Synergy has been able to dominate, you know, positionally with those kind of percentages, and now it's starting to hurt them a lot.
Battlemaster got halved. The Wolfhound's at 54%, but still has both legs.
I always mention the strength of the Chad Stalker at the end of Frozen City. And to be fair, right now Longfangs are sitting on a Stalker and some pretty good health right now in Duke Netto. And again, yeah, those Banshees, the Annihilator, that's all they have left, and they're all hurt. I think they swung this. I think that they're gonna get paid out of here. They're gonna get a little moral victory out of here, and they're gonna make GUDRON Synergy look hella silly for taking that fight.
I mean, initially it was a 3v2, so it's only when the Stalker and the Battlemaster rotated over, and they moved a bit faster than I was expecting, so...
They had a full cap on Theta and Kappa, though. There's no reason that they needed to be aggressive. They needed to force
They needed to make something happen with the pack that they brought of mobility, because otherwise they're just trading down a trader, so they were definitely losing their trades. It's risky, but I think they needed to make a move.
I think we're gonna have to disagree on that, because I think that they really had control and they had the strong ground in Echo 4. As long as they didn't pull back and turtle like the Longfangs, I think that would have been.
Yeah. So just one mech left here with the Annihilator. He's halved. Corsair's taking Theta, but like, there's really no point at this. I would just
Lynch and just sneaking up on the old Annihilator here. Oh yeah.
I mean, he took a peek there, and there's 3 mechs shooting back.
That was beautiful. Oh, he's not even shooting them. Okay. There he goes. What a cutie patootie.
So heavily wounded mechs, but a fairly decisive win here out of Longfangs on the 5th drop.
Yep, those percentages definitely hurt them in the end, and yeah, got strung out, got caught out. And yeah, Longfangs were like Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Tim Burton Batman, you know, like, "Nice to meet you. Chill out," right?
Yes, exactly like that.
I still feel like GUDRON Synergy getting aggressive there wasn't necessarily the right choice. It kind of feels like somebody putting milk in before the cereal.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to find that play, or even to know if you need to make the play or not. I mean, kill-wise, it doesn't look close, but when you look at the damage on Longfang's mechs here, it is a very close match. Or close drop, yes. The match too.
The match too, yeah, actually. What a great series that we just got to watch here. You want to go over some damages there, Axe?
Yeah, just run through the damage real quick. The Battlemaster 1G popping out with 770 damage, taking the lead there, picking up a pair of kills. Stalker 5S, we're looking at 600 a pair. Corsair a little bit further behind with 500. Wolfhound Firestarter not getting a lot of damage, but the Wolfhound picked up a pair of kills. They had a critical movement there that managed to turn the tide. Percentages are just lower on the side of the GUDRON Synergy. Annihilator's pulling just under 500. Other teammates are more in the 300, 350 range. Hellspawn pulling out 360 damage. So that's pretty well done there. But ultimately, it just the damage is not quite there.
I think it's just those targeting computers really paying off in the fact that a lot of that heavy range element for them is the Banshee 3E, which is running AC2s and light PPCs. So it does have range ability and DPS, but like, it's also a stare down mech, and that's not going to be a good time when you have focus trading against ER larges.
If those light PPCs had instead been ER PPCs on that map, maybe it would have worked out better. You lose a little bit of DPS, lose a little bit of speed, but you gain a lot more pinpoint damage and range.
So yeah, great. GUDRON Synergy takes this one 3-2. Yeah, they just came in and played their game. They just they had a strategy. That last drop didn't necessarily go their way, but wow, what a fun series.
Yeah, no, most of these series that I've been casting have been relatively close. So just a little rehash for anyone who might have joined. I will be returning to do another cast in 4 hours and 40-ish minutes. And so there is another cast coming up on this channel. And then another one is starting in around 6 hours and 40 minutes. So 2 hours after the next cast, there's another one after that. So lots of MWO comp coming your way the next little bit. This weekend, and then probably the following weekends as well.
Sounds good there, X. Why don't you go ahead and kick it over to MWO Leagues, where they're in the middle of starting their drop 3, I think, or 4.
Oh yeah, how do I do that? Raid channel. There we go.
There you go. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm gonna miss you guys.
How does raiding work with a 5-minute delay?
I have no idea. Let's give it a try.
Do I push the button? Do I cut out in the middle of the drop if I do that?
Yeah, I guess this is delayed. I don't know.
I will play it safe and wait a few minutes here.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna miss you.
All right, well, catch you around.